What's good, fight fans? It's Sash's Corner. Shout out to the LDBC. And shout out to everybody that's doing that real and true boxing talk, no clickbait. Now, I seen this video that Tevin Farmer did with, I don't remember. But he did a video, did an interview, and it was quite lengthy, about 10 minutes long. And Tevin Farmer has a fight coming up against Francesco Fonseca. I believe that's his name. Fonseca is the same guy that Gervonta Tank Davis fought on the Mayweather McGregor undercard, and a lot of people said that was like a very bad performance. And he was it was said to be that he was very sick that night as far as Tank Davis, but no excuses. Doesn't matter. He still stopped Fonseca in the 8th round by a body shot. Now, or maybe it was that left hand. I don't get it. I don't remember what exactly it was. But he stopped him in the 8th round. Now, during this interview, of course, he was asked about Lomo Pedraza. He was asked about Wilder Fury. He was asked a lot of questions. Of course, he was asked about his fight. And, of course, the question that everybody knows that a reporter is going to ask you is, are you trying to knock him out? Are you trying to one-up Gervonta Davis? That's basically the bottom line. When two people are about to fight each other and they're champions, and they start fighting each other's leftovers, that's like the reason why you do that, just to see how they fare with somebody that they already fought. So, in saying all that, let me just begin and say by Francesco Fonseca, or whatever his name is, Fonseca is ranked number 13. Okay? He's ranked number 13. Tevin Farmer right now is the IBF champion at 130 pounds. Okay, but Fonseca is ranked number 13, and the man is a ghost. You don't see him at all. You never see him. You never see him out anywhere talking to media, giving interviews, taking pictures, giving autographs, nothing. You know what I'm saying? You don't see him anywhere. He probably don't even have a social media account. I say all of that to say, Tevin Farmer still found this guy. Like, where did you find him at? He signed to DAZN. DAZN got a hell of a lot of UK fighters, and they got a lot of bums. Not all of them are bums, but they got a lot of bums. They got a lot of people for Tevin Farmer to fight. He don't have to fight Fonseca. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do that shit, but he chose to. But Tevin Farmer, Mr. I don't need that guy, meaning Tank, he needs me. That's what he says. You know what I'm saying? Said fighting Fonseca doesn't have anything to do with Tank. It doesn't have nothing to do with that guy, is what he said. So why him is the question. Like, he shouldn't be searching for fights. That's the bottom line. There's nothing to search for. You signed with DAZN now. You're in the UK, fighting people we never even heard of, or people that's way down in the rankings, So where did he find Fonseca? You know what I'm saying? And why are you fighting him then? Like, what's the deal? Denis Shavkov is ranked number 8 in that division. You got Lee Shelby ranked number 7. You got Jono Carroll is ranked number 4, and that guy been talking mad trash about Tevin Farmer. And technically he's ranked 2 because number 1 and 2 is unrated. Carroll actually fought the number one spot, like the number 1 and the number 2 ranked guy in the IBF fought each other in an eliminator match. I think last week or a couple weeks ago or a month ago, whatever the case may be. And the fight was a draw. So Tevin Farmer was supposed to fight one of those guys anyway. So after he done playing around with Fonseca, let's see if he goes for the number 1 or the number 2 pick. Because in this video, he said that he wants to fight the best people, but he didn't say anything about unifying. He just want to fight the people in the rankings. That's what he wants to do. But you got also Jamel Herring is in the weight class. He got other people he can fight than number 13 Fonseca that never fought in the United States ever until he fought Gervonta Davis last year. um, on the McGregor undercard. This would be his second fight in the States. All of his fights has been over there against nobody. So why Fonseca? Tevin Farmer said there's no reason behind it. And the only reason why he's saying he's going to knock out Fonseca and stop him in 4 rounds is because he stopped his last fighter, Tennyson, which is at the bottom of the ranking. I think 14, 15. He's ranked on 14 or 15. He said he was going to stop him in 5, and so he stopped him in 5. He's just trying to one up himself and stop the next person at 4. Bruh, I'm not buying it. He ain't competing with Tank. He doesn't care about Tank. None of that shit. But he kept saying that I'm going to knock him out before him. If it's not about him, then don't talk about him. Like, you should have brushed that question the fuck off. But he keeps saying, like, Tevin Farmer is the guy that keeps saying he don't care about something. If you that type of person that keeps saying that, you actually just trying to convince yourself. Because people that actually don't care don't even answer them fucking questions. They really don't even answer it. Like, they'll really show you they don't care or talk about something else or really just talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not going to answer the question. They're not going to keep telling you that they don't care. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to convince yourself that you don't care. And he's a contradictor. Like, he'll contradict himself in the next sentence, like right after the next. Like, he's so unsure. Now, I will say I did agree with him on one thing, that he's smart enough to know that Tank wants to fight. He's smart enough to know that Tank ain't the problem of why the fight isn't being made. He knows that it's Floyd. Like, when he was asked when the fight's going to happen, he was like, yo, it doesn't even make any sense to keep asking the fighters. Everybody know we want the fight. So y'all need to pull Floyd aside and ask Floyd when the fight's going to happen. So kudos that you even know that. But why all the shit then? Like, why say all the shit about Tank and acting like he don't want the fight if you already know it's not him doing it? You know what I'm saying? Like, but then he said that, I quote, the fight doesn't matter right now. I'm making big, big, big money. So I don't need him. He needs me. He needs a paycheck. He hasn't fought. He is inactive and I'm making money. So for me, if I fight him, cool. If not, I'm still making X dollars. So I don't really care. Yeah, that's exactly the way he said it. So I don't really care. And the reporter says, okay, if you don't want to fight him, so who's the next guy you want to fight, basically? He said, whoever wants to fight me. I'm the champ now. I don't do too much calling out, And to me, and my question is, so what about Miguel Burchett? You remember he called out Miguel Burchett, I think right before he got his title, or right when he got his title. I think right when he got his title, he was like, I want this, and I want this title, and I want that title. Like it was easy pickings off of apple tree or some shit. He said a couple people he wanted to fight, but he didn't say anything about nobody, about unifying with anybody. And since he don't care about Tank Davis, he's not caring about unifying. The guy just wants to fight the people in the rankings. And he says that he wants to fight, 1 and 2 and then work his way down. But he's working the opposite way. He's starting at 14, 15 and working his way up the rankings. That's what he's doing all over again, and he's the champion. But he said people started calling me out, and I just tell them, wait your turn. It's going to happen, He said whoever's number one is who I want to fight, like I already said, Then he said he wants to make history, and he said, I know I'm the shit. I know I can fight. I know I had a couple of losses, and I was learning on the job, Then he says Then he started talking in the third person, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be ready to move up whenever Tevin Farmer ready. He's so full of himself, yo. It's kind of funny. It's funny and annoying at the same time, And then he said him and Loma would be a bigger fight than Tank because him and Loma are both slick. We both don't get hit. Yo. Somebody showed Tevin Farmer Lomo's face after the fight. That don't look like a face that don't get hit to me, yo. That looks like a face that got battered and bruised last Saturday. That does not look like a fighter that don't get hit. And he said they both southpaws as well. So those are the reasons why it'll be a great fight. And they'll make history and they'll make big money and all that other bullshit. And he says he believes Lomo and him are the two top fighters between 130 and 135. Where both of y'all are the top fighters in both of those weight classes? I don't know about that, bro. I can't say I agree. And and the reporter asked him what he thought about Lomo versus Pedraza, and he went and said a bunch of stuff. Yo, it was like, well, Pedraza was weight drained at 130. That's why that fight, that he looked like that at 130, and he all reminded everybody that him and Lomo are friends, and that's where Lomo even got the idea to say that Lomo was weight drained Pedraza was weight drained at 130. That's why he couldn't stop Tank or whatever. It's all coming from Tevin Farmer, man. It's all coming from him. It's a broken record. He said it before. He said all of this shit before. And when he was asked about Wilder versus Fury, you know what I've been saying about slick fighters compared to power punchers, yo. And I've been saying this for a while now. I've been saying it about different fighters. I've been saying it about different situations. Fanon International, shout out to him on his live. He was saying the same thing because it's true. It's facts, man. It is facts. When it comes to a slick fighter, like, you're not going to have any motivation, or what's the word? You're not really going to want to be a fighter if you think being slick can't beat somebody with power, if you understand what I'm trying to say. Like, if I knew that I couldn't punch my way out of a paper bag and I wanted to be a fighter, I gotta be slick. That's why Floyd is such a big motivation to people that don't have power. And I'm not saying that Floyd don't have power or he didn't at a certain period of time. I'm just saying that's slick fighting, his fighting style where you hit and don't get hit. And you know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying, like, those fighters don't give sluggers or power punchers their just due, because not all power punchers can't be slick. You know what I'm saying? I think Tank has the ability to be a slick fighter and punch hard at the same time, but I just think it's a lot of hate going around, you know what I'm saying? And when he was asked the question, about Fury and Wilder, he said, I'm going to keep that comment to myself. I'm going to keep that comment to myself. Like, he said it to somebody else, and somebody told him, don't say that to the cameras. Don't say that to the media. Don't say that in the interview. And he didn't. And then he was, then he was like, that was the contradictory. He was like, well, I don't really care for real. It's no reason why I can't say what I want to say, but I'm keeping it to myself, It was a hell of a fight between two champions, and they need to do a rematch, basically, is what he said. But bruh, why all the mystery? Why you have to act like that? But yeah, I like going over his fuckery. I like going over fuckery sometimes, especially if it's coming from him or Danny Garcia. Those are like my two favorite ones. Because they be saying some wild stuff, boy. And for y'all, like, for the ones that's like, man, well, Tank found Fonseca. Yeah, his team found him because Tevin Farmer didn't want the fight with Gervonta Davis on the undercard. Y'all remember that? I remember. Remember when the Boxing Voice and Ness went into the gym in Philly to talk to Tevin Farmer. He was like, Tevin, this is a once in a lifetime chance, and Tevin Farmer looked right at his ass, or probably at him and something else, and was like, well, look, I don't really care about once in a lifetime opportunities. He says he's a little child. He says whatever he wants to say for him to get his way. Period. He says whatever. It's just sad. Tank had to find this team had to find Fonseca just to get an opponent on the card because Tevin said no. So yeah, he had to fight him because he did not have an opponent. Real facts. Tevin Farmer got hell of opponents to fight, yo. Why pick on Fonseca if it has nothing to do with that man, Tank, and he's ranked number 13, and you're trying to make history. It's just dumb. I will make a video about the fight. I got a few videos I need to make. Sorry that this one is so long. He said a lot of dumb shit, and I just wanted to repeat it for the people who didn't see it, because I'm not going to put the link to the description. I mean, link to this interview in the fight. In the box. I think it was Fight Hub. Fight Hub did the interview with him. But all you need to do is put in Tank name inside the search. Put in Tevin Farmer name inside the YouTube search engine, and just this is what he had on during the interview, and just boom bow. You can listen to the interview yourself, but the guy just says whatever he wants, man. He says whatever. And I just know that he's for sure just sitting with this belt. He's keeping it warm for the next real champion that comes up, man, because he ain't about shit, yo. And honestly, the guy that's ranked number 1 in the IBF will beat Tevin Farmer, in my opinion. He will beat Tevin Farmer. He's too big for him, too tall, too lengthy, too everything. And somebody told me that like the guy Jono Carroll, who's ranked number 2 in the IBF right now, he wears more hair on his chin than most people got on their entire body, including their head. Like, his beard is huge, and they say he's allowed to wear it. In his last fight, in the title eliminator fight, he had that big ass beard, yo. Like, I don't even know how you're allowed to wear that, John. He got a bit. You need to see. Look up Jono Carroll. Look up that. Look up his name, bro. Because that shit, his facial hair is crazy for them to allow him to fight like that. You can't find no sweet spot. There's no button on his chin you can hit with all of that hair on his face. And that's just wrong. I just had to say that shit. I didn't know that. But for everybody who's interested in me going live, I'm trying to get that done. Hopefully sometime next year I'll have what I need to get it done. What I have a Chinese phone, I was told, and it's not compatible with what's going on YouTube and shit like that. So I can do what I'm doing, but since I'm doing all of this on my phone, I can't go live right now. I need a new phone. So when I get that, it's all good. But this is why I'm making long videos sometimes, because this shit right here, I would have went live and just said what I had to say, and chopped it up with whoever I was in the chat. So just bear with me, family. Just bear with me. All right, I got it. Just give me some time. Shout out to all the real fight fans. Shout out to everybody who's been down for my channel. Shout out for listening to this long ass video. I will make another video about the fight that he's supposed to be fighting this weekend. A couple people supposed to be fighting this weekend. I'm going to make videos about that. But yeah, that's it and that's all. I'm finna go to work. I've been sick as shit all weekend. It seems like I'm getting over this shit. I've been sounding like Barry White for the last 4 days. So I still sound a little bit terrible, but thanks for bearing with the video and bearing with my voice. That's it, and that's all. I gotta go. Peace.